Now, his story operates within a particular kind of literature that Tolkien coins a term for. He calls the way his story unfolds a Eucatastrophy. Now, a Eucatastrophy, it's the combination of two words. The Greek eu, which means good, actually is the first part of the Greek word for gospel, good news, eu, and catastrophe, some kind of horrible thing. And so, he's literally coining a term, the good catastrophe. He defines Eucatastrophy as a good catastrophe. It is a sudden and miraculous grace, never to be counted on to recur. It does not deny the existence of discatastrophe, of sorrow and failure, something genuinely bad. The possibility of these eucatastrophes, or of these discatastrophes, is necessary to the joy of deliverance. So if deliverance is going to be real, the possibility of a genuine bad, of a genuine negative outcome needs to be real. But eucatastrophe, it denies universal final defeat, giving a fleeting glimpse of joy beyond the walls of the world, poignant as grief. He goes on to describe this joy of the Eucatastrophe as mixing sorrow and joy together. But he says something to the effect of like selfishness and altruism get melded together in love. Very poetic way of speaking. It's quite beautiful. But this concept of the Eucatastrophe is, for Tolkien, central to what it means to have a Christian story, a genuine story, a story that hurts in a good way. A story like the crucifixion. I think that's some of where he's pulling this from. Eucatastrophe is, in some sense, the opposite of a tragedy. Something where all of the characters do the right thing and a bad outcome still takes hold in the end. So Tolkien chooses the term Eucatastrophe to emphasize that the sudden turning or unexpected deliverance at the end of a true tale of fairy. He coins another term, a fairy story. It's a story that is in some sense it uses a mythical way of being, but it's not just a child's tale. It depicts some truth about the world. A story of Faerie must be experienced not as an achievement of triumphant revenge, but rather as a divine gift. So the Eucatastrophe, another important part of the definition that I just read, is that it's a grace. It's given to you. And you can't count on it to recur again, because it's not something that you can repeat. It's not something that you can control, an important thing we'll get into later. It's something that is given to you beyond yourself, beyond your capacities. The joy produced by such a happy ending requires a surprise, a deliverance that no human effort could have made possible, a grace, quite literally. That's a quote from another book, Lord of the Rings and Philosophy. So, in a real sense, the story points beyond itself to an eternal and eschatological hope beyond all darkness. It is a reaching out to something that transcends it. And that's really what Tolkien, intends with his story. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's centrally Christian, because it has a telos, a goal, a purpose that is beyond not just the story, but the story itself. Even within the story, there is a goal that's beyond the things that are happening in it. It encompasses these many ways of being Christian. This good tragedy, Eucatastrophe, this And all of these Christian elements get pulled in and really embodied in the story itself.